Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, middle, and high school age. We're in our 12th year homeschooling this year. If you are not subscribed, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you are notified of all of my future videos. Today, I am going to be setting up my brand new reading journal for 2023. So this is the reading journal that I am going to be using for 2023, the Leuchtturm, and this is a B5 size and it is dot grid. I have a love-hate relationship with bullet journals. I love them because I think they are so functional and there is so much that you can do with them. And when they came on the scene many years ago, I jumped right in, and I actually still have several bullet journals that I use primarily for my website, just jotting down ideas and redesign things, questions that I have had for my tech guru, all of the things. I was not sure that I would want a bullet journal for a reading journal. 2022 is actually the first year that I even kept a reading journal, and I used my monthly planner from Erin Condren, which I really loved for this year. However, I noticed a couple of things. So there are a couple of really good things about the monthly planner that I love and plan to implement in my reading journal this year, and that is these dashboard pages that I set up at the beginning of the year. I really like those. I really like keeping track of my books that way, but what I ended up finding was that I did not use all of the line pages between the months. Now, if Erin Condren had a monthly planner, if they had it the way that they used to have it, where the line pages were only at the back of the planner, I might actually continue to use this, because I am now going to have to set up all of these months because of how I use my reading journal. So I am going to turn the camera around and take you through how I plan to set up and use this new bullet journal for a reading journal for 2023 and maybe beyond. I mean, it has 100, how many pages is this? It has 123 pages. So it's possible that I will not need all of these pages for 2023 and I could continue to use it ongoing. I'm not sure, but for right now, the plan is just for 2023 to have this. I have a bunch of pages that I want to set up, similar to how I've set them up in my reading journal from 2022. Yeah. So this is probably going to be a lengthy video. I like to chat, and so be prepared for that. But also you can definitely speed me up if you want to watch, but at a faster speed. Put me up on 2x speed and we will just get through it much, much faster. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started. Okay guys, I have to be honest here. I am slightly nervous about putting pen in this notebook for my reading journal. And I will tell you why. Over here, you are not going to be able to tell, but I don't know if I have a smaller ruler. Maybe this will work. Okay, so up here, here's the dot right here. But down here at the bottom, here's the dot. So I'm a little concerned that when I draw the calendar, it's going to be super noticeable if I use a black marker. And so because of that, I'm going to use a pencil to draw out everything for my reading journal as I start. Then after I see it, I will either go over it with a marker or I will leave it as pencil. depending on how much the uneven lines are going to bother me. Now, I had thought about just starting in one more, but I didn't really like how that looked either. It's still noticeable to me, so to have one box that's a little bit more narrow doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Maybe it wouldn't be as noticeable if it was on the inside. So I am going to start right at the beginning where I plan to do my monthly stats spread. So this is going to be 12 boxes, January through December, where I will have my monthly stats go. I also don't even have a ruler to use. This one, I'm not sure how this is going to work. All right, let's see how it goes. Okay, so I have 6 boxes done, and you can kind of see, well, I can see a lot on the side. I don't think that I want to use pen for all of my outlines. I think I'm just going to continue to use the pencil because I don't need like a ton of dark on here. And I don't know, maybe as I'm going through and adding some stickers or adding some other things, maybe I will change my mind. But looking at these boxes, I actually prefer them to be in pencil, I think. Also, you will have noticed that I already erased many a time because this ruler doesn't work for what I need it to. I can't find my small ruler, and so I am using this. Yes. All right, so let's do the other 6 boxes. Okay, guys. There's no way I'm doing this with pen after I just did all of those boxes. I can definitely tell that I need to use pencil, and then I will decorate it with my stickers, and when I actually write in it, I will maybe use some different colored pens and such. But okay, so these are the 12 boxes for my monthly stats. I will label them January through December. I'm not going to do that right at this second. Right now, I'm just trying to get all of the outlines done for my monthly spreads. So, yes. I'm going to do, I guess, the monthly calendar next, I think. Yes. Whew, holy cow. Okay, so this is going to be my monthly calendar, and I need to do 12 of these. And then I still have to do my dashboard page, which, you know, now that I'm doing all of this, I remember why I am not a bullet journaler, because all of the setup is so much. I've been doing this now for like 45 minutes, and I've only done the pencil outline of 2 spreads. So I know that this is going to take me a significant amount of time. I think I will do one more This is going to be my monthly dashboard page where I'm going to have some boxes over here, and then I'm going to have all of my list of books read each month on this page. So I will set up one of those, and then I need to start getting dinner ready. So I'm not going to have enough time to set up the whole thing today, and I haven't even done more than an outline. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be more than a one-day video. I'm going to have to come back, and what I will do is I will probably time-lapse the rest of my setup and then come back and talk to you before I start putting some stickers and other decorations in. Because this is so plain, I do want to have some decoration. Oh guys, what did I take on? Okay, so I'm going to do my dashboard page and then wrap it up for today. Okay, this page was a lot faster. I'm going to do my new releases, 5-star reads, favorites of the month, my DNF, and my monthly stats. And then my monthly stats will get transferred here. Yes. And then over here will just be my books read each month. So whew, this is going to take me a long time to do. But I do like how it's turning out. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to get all of the outlines in and then go back in and number and label everything. So yes, we are getting there. It's just going to take a little while. Okay guys, this is several days later after I've done these pencil outlines. My dog is in here right now, so if you hear her. Do you want to go out, Izzy? All right, so she is out now. Okay. I honestly thought that I would be able to get through and do all of these layouts for every single month. But we are getting very close to January 1st, and I want to have at least January set up for me to be able to start. Since I've last been here, I was able to find my ruler, so that will be helpful as I set up the rest of the month. So what I'm going to do is just finish getting January ready, and these, I don't know, goal boxes from the beginning of the year that I'm going to keep track of all of my stats. What I keep track of here is fiction, nonfiction, the total books, then ebooks, audiobooks, and physical books. And so it's just a running total of books that I've read for the month. I like to keep track of those stats. I started doing that this past year with my Erin Condren monthly planner, which is what I used as a reading journal last year. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to set up my monthly calendar, which really is just where I put, if I know that a book is coming out in the month, I will write it. First, I will write it over here in upcoming releases with a date. And then when I set up my reading journal for the month, I take any that are actually going to be released and the specific date and put it in here. The reason I do that is because I read a lot of indie authors, and so they will put just a placeholder date on new books that they're releasing, but that does not necessarily mean that they are going to actually release the book on that day. So when I set up my month, I go to my list of books that I think are being released this month, and I will check on Goodreads or Amazon and just put them in here. I will also do that if I get an email from Amazon that says a book is coming out a specific day. Those are a little more reliable for dates, but they are not months and months in advance. It's usually, a month prior that I might have those days. So that's pretty much all I do in the monthly calendar. However, I might actually also keep track if I'm, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I might keep track of like pages read or how long I've read, and it like just an estimation of how long I've read in a specific day. I don't know, but typically I will just write books that are releasing in this monthly calendar. It's not all that extensive. I do have a notes section here, which I probably will not use for anything. And I went to grab my little dot stickers that have numbers on them so that I could label all the months. And you better believe that I got rid of those in my first office cleanup vlog, where I went through all of my stickers and such. I did not think that I would want those, and I got rid of them. And now here I am saying, geez, I wish I had some little number stickers so that I didn't have to write them in with my messy handwriting. But that's where we're at. So I'm going to set up January, and then I'm going to be done for the time being with this reading journal setup. Now, obviously, I had planned to go through a lot more, but this is my plan so that you can see what my overall plan is for 2023. These 12 boxes will be monthly stats for books read. Then I will have a monthly calendar, which has just, book release dates on them. And then this is my dashboard page. And on this side, I will write the books that I am reading each month. I write the title, the author, the date I finished it, a star rating, and then I also do write on the side here whether it's an ebook, audiobook, or physical book, just with an E, A, or P. So it makes it easier for me to update these boxes at the end of the month. So I write out all of the books that I will read in a month on this side. On this side, I have new releases, which is, oftentimes I'm on like author email lists and they will say book coming out in July of 2023. And so I will write the book name and the author in this box, and then I will circle back and check when it gets closer to that month to see if they've released the book or if there's an actual date. Sometimes there is a date associated with it. I will also write down books. If you have a Goodreads account, you can go, there's a place that you can go on Goodreads where it shows authors that you've read, that you've logged books before, and new books by those authors coming out in the next several months. So I also go through there to see if there are any books that I am interested in reading. And so this is where all of that information goes, any books that are new releases, until I am setting up for the actual month. So I have my new releases, and then over here I have 5-star reads, and I have my favorites of the month. And then, which is not always a 5-star read. Sometimes I have 5-star reads that are kids' books that are not my favorites from the month. My favorites could be a 4-star read, but I like to keep track of how many 5-star reviews I give. And then my favorites for the month. I will have a DNF section this is not something that I've ever kept track of before. I've never written out books that I have started and then not finished. There are so many books to read that if I start reading a book and I don't like it, I just stop reading it. It doesn't bother me to not finish a book, but I am interested to see how many books I start and do not finish throughout the year. And it's partly because I use Kindle Unlimited for the majority of my fiction reading. And so it's very easy for me to download samples or download Kindle Unlimited books and start reading them, get 20, 30, 50% in, and then just be bored and not want to continue. So I would be interested to see how many books I am starting and not finishing each month. And the reason is because, well, partly I'd like to see just it's interesting to me, but partly because I read a lot of books and I kind of want to give myself credit for, like, if I start 3 books but don't finish them, I kind of want to give myself like credit for reading 1 book, which I know is not like a real thing, but I feel like sometimes when I'm reading 100 to 150 pages of a book and then I stop reading it, I feel like I still want to get credit for those books. So anyways, that will be here. And then on the bottom, this is just going to be my monthly stats that I will then transfer over to here, just making it a little bit easier and having another location for that. So that's how my spreads are going to go. I will have a calendar page and then this dashboard page for each month. And I do have some monthly tabs that I will put on these pages. So I'm going to do that for all 12 months of the year. Then starting way back after I have those 12 monthly spreads or sections done, I am going to have just open space. I thought about dividing it into quotes and notes, like 2 separate sections, but I think what I'm going to do is just have one large section, and then I will just date it and write reviews or notes or whatnot. I'm not sure how that's going to go, or how organized it will be. Like if I'm looking for a specific book, it might be challenging for me to figure out where to go. I had also considered doing it by month again. So not tabbing the pages at the, when I'm setting this planner up, but when I start reading in January, if I have quotes and notes, I will write them out once I've finished January. If I've written anything, then I can put a tab, or I can have like January books read, or January notes and quotes in the content section. So then I can go to my January page. I can see, okay, these are the books that I read in January. Is it a particular book here? And then I can kind of look at it that way. That is kind of my thinking, but I didn't want to have pages in between the months because I'm not reliable for writing out quotes or notes or anything, but I'm hoping to be better this year. It might be a little challenging because this is dot grid and I prefer lines, but when I was thinking about setting up these sections, I knew that I would not want lines here. I don't know, maybe I will regret that halfway into the year or 2 weeks into the year. We'll see, but that is what I'm going to do right now. So now I'm going to just finish setting up these few pages and then be done for now. And then once I sit down to do all the rest of my reading journal setup, I will come back and share that with you. Okay guys, so I definitely had a few flubs and it is what it is. These stickers are not necessarily centered or super straight, but that's okay. This is not about perfection for me. This is something so that I can keep track of how I'm doing with my reading for 2023. I will probably get some number stickers, probably at Michael's or something, so that I can put 2023 up at the top here. And I don't have the neatest handwriting, and that used to bother me because I love to watch planner videos and with people who have amazing handwriting, but I'm really looking at the data, and when I am seeing how many books I read each month, how my writing is doesn't bother me. I'm just excited about the numbers, which brings us to the next page. Now, I had thought that I would write this in cursive, and then I wasn't sure how the marker would do, and it's not, there is shadowing, but it's not too bad. Of course, I completely underestimated how big I would want this, so I think I might get I might order some stickers or make some stickers, just month stickers, and then have the month and the year over here. I had also considered getting week stickers or making some stickers, but I just decided it's not that important to me. I'd rather just write it out. I probably will fix this at some point, especially as I move into the other months. Obviously that, it could have been neater. But this is my monthly calendar. I have not even looked on Goodreads or planned out any books for reading in January at all. I've really not been reading that much the past couple of months of 2022. I am reading, but I just haven't really been reading as much, and which is totally fine. But I do want to sit down probably this weekend and go through Goodreads and see what other books by authors that I know are coming out in January, and maybe look for some like winter themed books. Yeah, so this is my monthly calendar. Not a whole lot here right now. I do actually, I will mention this too. In the monthly calendar section, I have these little book icon stickers from Planner Kate. They're like, I think they're called itty bitty icons maybe. And so I will put a little icon on the days that new books are coming out. So I will have that. And then I also think that I will do either a check mark or something in each calendar month for the days that I have read. My goal is to read every single day. And for the most part, I do that. I've relied a lot on the Kindle Insights, which tells you how many consecutive days you have read on the Kindle app or on a Kindle. However, I noticed this year that when I got to 366 days, it stopped counting for me, and it goes in and out. It is not always reliable. And also that doesn't count audiobooks or physical books. So I may, at the end of my months, have a 2-page spread that just has like books or something like that, so that I can check off for every single day that I've read, like some sort of a yearly tracker, because I think it would be fun to see that. And then this is my kind of dashboard page. Again, this was not as centered as it could be. And these stickers are all just from the new designer sticker book from Erin Condren. This is the edition 8 for the monthly collection, and I like to use these to decorate. I have several, and I thought, oh, I can use these stickers over here, but I don't have enough because I needed them here and I wanted them on this page too. So I don't have enough to also do the months here, and also do my boxes in my life planner, which I also use these little stickers for. Maybe I just need to make my own, and that would probably be helpful. So again, this is the books read section. Once I start filling this out, I will write title, author, date read, and the rating. But I like to have a couple of books on the list first before I write those titles in, because what happens is I might not give enough space for the author, or I might not give enough space for the title. So I like to have a couple in here and then sort of center the titles on top. So I will do that once I start recording books that I've read in January. And then over here I have new releases, favorites, 5-star reads, my monthly stats down here, and then the DNF section. And if I start realizing that I'm DNFing a ton of books, more than will fit in here, I will either abbreviate the books, or I might just let go of that section. Maybe I'll make like a list later in the notebook. But this is my reading journal for 2023. Again, I will come back once I set up February through December. I really wanted to have at least January set up by January 1st so that I can start recording books. January 1st is a Sunday. The 2nd is a Monday and a holiday, so I know I'll be doing a lot of reading over the weekend, and I wanted to have this stuff all set up so that I can start recording my books as soon as we flip into a new calendar year. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about, excessively in this video, please let me know in the comments, or you can email me. My contact form is always in the description box. If you have a reading goal this year, I would love to hear what it is. Let me know, and I can maybe help you stay accountable to your reading goal. Or, if you're looking for book recommendations, you can always email me. And I love to share what I'm reading. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.